I'll tell you what, this Airbnb is awesome, but it was the biggest headache that I've ever experienced. What's going on, guys? This is Hector Rodriguez coming in with another live video. In this video, I'm actually going to explain to you some of the struggles that I went through in establishing my first Airbnb, which we are currently sitting in right now. Maybe in another video, I'll actually do a little tour of it. And so this is my first investment property, and I'm just gonna go over a few things that were very challenging in getting this first Airbnb established. First struggle that I went through was dealing with a reliable contractor. The first contractor was doing a lot of work on the house, did a lot of the work, and ended up kind of just ditching it all out and just kind of hung up the phone on us. And essentially, it did cost me a few $1,000s because once I was able to find a reliable contractor, which is my contractor now, they had to basically fix a lot of the stuff, which obviously cost more money. So one of the struggles was obviously spending more money. You don't really know who to trust. You know, your first investment property, you're just kind of getting your feet wet. You're kind of starting to know people, network with people in real estate. And so you're kind of trying to play it safe, but you know, so many things can and will go wrong. So the second struggle that I experienced while establishing this first Airbnb was everything that I have to do besides, you know, establishing this Airbnb, everything with my everyday life, going to work full time. This is kind of like a side thing, but then problems will occur in the process, and you're kind of like at work and you have to like kind of keep your head focused at work, and you got to be in the right mindset because these things are all happening in the back end. You're getting contacted by the bank, they need paperwork. The house has this other issue that we didn't, you know, foresee. So, you know, more money being dished out. So you're essentially working to pay for this investment. So it's kind of like the mental capacity that you have to acquire to deal with all the issues that can and will occur in establishing your first real estate investment. Whether it's Airbnb, whether it's monthly rental, whether it's a home flip, whether it's a hard money loan, whatever type of real estate, you know, area that you work in or looking into working in. The third struggle that I dealt with, and I'm actually currently dealing with it, I am filming this video mid-March of 2020, and as many of y'all know, depending on when you watch this video, we are dealing with a global pandemic with the whole virus going on. And so I've actually had this Airbnb for 2 months, not even 2 months, maybe a month. We're doing so great. We're getting a lot of bookings. And the thing is, within a few days, this scare in society with this whole virus and the pandemic has literally killed the tourism business. It's killed the hospitality business, airlines, hotels. Airbnb is essentially a hotel. So all my bookings for April and May, I would say about 80% of them have been canceled. So that is something that I'm currently dealing with. Obviously, this is something that I did not foresee. It happened so quickly. So I am expecting that I am gonna have to be paying out of pocket for the next 2-3 months. Hopefully it doesn't go past that until this scare goes away, until people start actually living their lives, their normal day lives, and start going out and traveling and spending money. And so obviously I've planned for this financially, thankfully, you know, having to potentially pay out of pocket my mortgage, my utilities, my monthly expenses to upkeep this house, this Airbnb, and in hopes that it doesn't last too long. But the last struggle is literally the stress, the anxiety, the mental strength that you have to obtain to deal with all the problems that will come. And you have to keep a focused head, and you have to keep your mind straight, and you have to wake up every day with energy, and don't let the bad news that you're getting from contractors, maybe from the bank telling you that they need more paperwork. It's just more things that more people are gonna ask of you, and you just have to be able to respond in a very calm manner. That is not something that I always did in the process because it's my first house. It was very stressful. It was my first rundown. So when I was talking to appraisers, I was asking them, you know, basic things. You know, I would just be very sincere about it and just be like, hey man, this is my first home. What exactly does this mean? I did have mentors on the way, and I asked people that already knew or have been in this business before, hey, what's the next step? What is the next thing that I need to do? And that's another thing. You have to be very patient because when you go to buy your first house, you know, you put the offer in, and then the house is under contract. There's kind of like a waiting period where you're gonna, where you're getting approved by the bank, which is I got a loan for this home. I didn't pay it all out of pocket. And so, you're also in contact with the buyer at the same time, or at least your agent is. And you're basically just letting them know, hey, it's under contract. We're definitely certain that we want to buy it. And then there's just all these little things that you need to deal with, all these little steps that you need to deal with. Maybe in another video, I'll go into the steps that I had to deal with. Every little thing, from putting the offer in to getting the loan and essentially purchasing the house. So with that being said, guys, if you got any value from this video, I do plan on putting out more content. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am very new to YouTube. Make sure to like the video, comment down below if you have any suggestions or any questions. I'll do my best to answer to my best of knowledge. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care.